earlier. Something was bugging me to do it earlier than later, which it is better later because there's people that live all over that can come in a bit later. But I was going to do pick your cards as well, but I think I might do that weekend because I've not got little legs and that bit more time, so I might set up something for everybody at weekend. But I just wanted to, something's just sort of calling me to come and do some cards, so I thought I would. Also, show the little drawing that I've been doing of like a sort of autumn type vibe thing going on. I'm just still messing around with this picture of a fox. It's a bit illustrated, you know, a fox and maybe a fairy girl or something. I don't quite know yet, and I don't know how it'll turn out when I've shaded it all, and it's probably looking a bit weird on there with the lighting, but yeah, could be a story in it there, I don't know. Cunning like a fox, I would say. You know, the movie that's being played out, the operations that are in place had to be cunning and you had to be wise. I was just talking to a friend about this before, about the whole situation out there, what's going on, and how sometimes you'd have to play the fool to fool the other side. You know, the deep state, whatever you want to call them, because they've got many names. But anyway, feeling excited because there's just lots of stuff coming out all the time. There was a little post that I put up off a friend about, I think it was JFK Jr., you know, the people you think are alive are dead and the people you think are dead are alive. Wouldn't put it past that at all, because stranger things are going on, and we all know there's certain people in places that have been put in place and had to look like that happened for things to come out. And a lot of people are speculating about Coolio as well, and so am I, because I'm like, was he taken out? Or was he took from the other side to keep him safe for a time in the very, very near future with a lot of other people? It's all very interesting. But you know what I mean, if you're on that wavelength of what's going on and certain stuff. So just putting that out there, and you know, what was the other thing? It'll be all in the right time anyway, you know what I mean? There was something else I just saw now and I can't remember what it was. No, it's gone. So I just thought, I'm just going to see what the cards say. I'm not going to have a chat, I'm just going to see what the cards say. Hi Michelle, how are you? It's just getting very exciting, very, very exciting. But we know, don't be overloaded with overload information, because a lot's going to come out. You know, it sent people crazy. A lot of crazy people out there are going to get even crazier. You know, the triggering is going to cause. Anyway, this morning I pulled three cards came out, and I did do a little chat on my way to work, and it was thanks for people who said thanks. You know, walking away from all the bullshit, walking away from your own bullshit, walking away from things that don't resonate with you anymore, don't sync up, don't elevate you, do not serve you. You're walking away because you're walking away to better times of sunshine. You're turning your back on the old, because that's what we're doing. We don't need the old systems, matrix, whatever you want to call it. Many names in that as well. Evening, good weather, house open, enjoying lunch. Yay. Because we just don't need it. This is why I say, if you're gonna, you know, if people hold on to the past, we're going to have a problem, because people are too attached. Why would we want to be living in the past when, you know, we're trying to live in the now? Yes, it's difficult, but we're heading to new ways, which was the next card of, again, the Fool is about new beginnings. New beginnings can look scary. New beginnings can, you know, you could worry about new beginnings because you're not quite sure, but new beginnings are new beginnings. And sometimes when we come out of something, it could be a job, it could be a relationship. At the time we think, oh my God, like, I'll never find a job like that again, and then you end up finding something better, you know, and it's like the universe saying that wasn't meant for you, or something better is meant for you now, so this is going to go. It's when you get really attached, you know, and want to grasp onto it and you don't want to let go, that's when you have problems and you're not letting the other thing come in because you're resisting all the time. And then the last one was the magician, because, hi Lois, you are the creator of your own reality. You know, as I always say, what energy you put out comes back. Your intentions, your thoughts, your actions, all that coming in creates your world. Just cooking some food. Yes, my fella's just put some on, but he's gone to the gym, so I've got to watch it and put some potatoes on in a minute, something. I think he's doing shepherd's pie or something like that. So I just know that when I eat that, I'm not going to be moving after. So that's why I'm not coming on in a bit. So really good messages, but we're just going to randomly see. It's dead funny because I've got two light seers decks, because one's a small one and one's a big one. I've got an energy. I'm going to just try and pick up, see what the cards say about the energy of October again. You know, coming into these weeks ahead, let's say. And this is the Oracle of 7 energies. So, you know, and as I will say again, I said this morning, someone mentioned, someone who comes in, lovely, but mentioned, because people have said this in the past, what if Mr. T is the same side as the, you know, the same coin? It's like a bit too late to be thinking that now, and you can obviously tell he's not. And the only thing I, you know, really gets my goat sometimes, not with that comment, is when people have come in before and people seem to lose faith with humanity, you know, because the troubles they've been through, blah, 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 we all have. And they can't see the good in people. And especially if it's someone with money, a lot of money, they think they're evil. And it's all about, how can they be? How can that person? How did that person get to thatness? Helped for a time. If there's bad people in the world, there's good people in the world. So, as I've said before, when things manifest in this world that we're in, because Mother Earth is a manifested place where things come into the physical, something will come into the physical. And as people coming into the physical people, that energy will manifest in people. So there are good people, and it doesn't matter how much money you've got, what house you live in, what car you drive. There's people who have no money and the shite asses. There's people with loads of money and the shite asses. There's people with no money and the good people, and there's people with money and the good people. The difference is, in the world, there's people that give a shit and there's people that don't. Two types of people, good and bad, whatever you say. So it doesn't mean something can't come in. Most of the ones that have come in, I've been the same side of the coin, but you can tell there's a change because things are shaking up all over the world, and people are seeing more and more. They don't want that, so, you know, it's not that. It is the shift we asked for. It just cracks me up, honestly. People will first have to go to everything, that Agenda 30, yeah, they wanted all that, but it's not coming in because of what's happening. Ye of little faith, you know, that's how I say it sometimes. Ye of little faith. Have a lot of faith in people. It's like at work today, it was lovely, because if I ever go in work and it's early in the morning and you're a bit cranky or something, it's like, oh, you know, when I said you've got to change your thoughts. But if I'm like that, like the other day I forgot the coffee and I was like, oh God, I could have done with that hot drink, I've only got a juice thing today. And then the people that I actually work with are great people. You don't always get a lot of good people at the same place, but they are. I'm not saying the bosses are, I know bosses, but most workplaces you get the same sort of characters, but everybody's good because everybody helps each other. There's nobody there who's miserable. Everybody's smiling and having a joke. And because it's mixed with, well, a few women and men, it's nice to have that dynamics, because I hear the men doing all the banter and it is hilarious, and I don't get offended by it at all. I just laugh at it. It's funny. But they make me laugh as well. So that's why I said when I put the little thing up today saying smiles all around, that's what we're here for, to uplift people. You know, if some people are feeling a bit down, people will clock that at work and they'll try and make them laugh, and then you feel better. So like I said, it's good to be out in the world. It's good to be around people if you're around the right people. you know, we are social beings. It's just because the world's been so hard, and the social media and how they've been making people over the, you know, so many years, even centuries, conditioning people to be arseholes, basically. You know, not everybody, but people don't want to be around people. But when you get with a good group of people, doesn't mean you have to be like having the same opinion on absolutely everything, because that's what makes it fun anyway. But you're not going to feel like that. You're going to be want to be around people and stuff like that. That's why when I go out, my fella's always like, "Oh, you're all right though, you know, new people. You end up talking to them." And I'm like, "Yeah, I can be a bit shy at first, but once I get talking, then, you know, depending on what people are talking about, then I'm all right." But I've always been like that. Like I said, at school, my school report would say, talking too much, you know, at the back of the class, and that's what I got moved for at work. So it's nothing new there. Nothing new there. Right, some cards just fell out. Oh no, it's gone under the settee. It's gone under the chair. I've got to put spuds in a minute as well. Oh, where's that gone? Oh. It says, it is what it is. It is what it is, number 6. It is what it is. So, it is what it is. Where's the book for this one? It is what it is. It is what it is, you know. It is what it is. I don't know what this is going to say, but me, in the energy of that card, it is what it is. What's happening is what it is. You know, it is, you could say, dark forces going against light. It is the people who give a shit and don't give a shit. I'm talking about high up people, the high ups, the mafia type people, the elites, all that, you know, all that's going on. It is what it is. It's been like that for a while, but it is what it is if it's changing. It says, radical acceptance, engaging life on life's terms, observing circumstances and taking them at face value, recognizing and releasing resistance and denial, which is what I just said at the beginning. And I'm always talking about letting go, but I've just said if you're resisting, it's not going to bring things in. Hi, Stephanie Young. So, you know, recognizing and releasing resistance and denial. A lot of people are in denial right now. They're in denial about all sorts. It's plain as day in front of their face, and they're in denial. They're in denial with the truth at the minute. The truth will set you free. This is why the truth will be brought out properly, because it has to. But people are in denial. They're in denial about a lot of things as well, because a lot of things they would have done to themselves, and they want to deny it because, you know, you don't want to think that you've sort of been duped, but we all were at some point. What happens when you look at the world? Can you see it exactly as it is, or only as you assume it to be? Because that's what I mean. Some people assume it's this way, and it's like, yeah. A door closing isn't an invitation to take a battering ram to it. What if there were another door to lead you to your destiny? If you can release your attachment to getting what you want, that attachment, again, which was what I was talking about, people being attached, you'll be surprised by how much energy you have for more important things, which I say, you know, there are loads more important things to the attachments you have to certain things. Liberation from the burden of yearning. You'll have access of what is best for all, because people yearn, they chase. It's like, what you're chasing for, let it flow. Where we go on, we go all. Bazza, oi oi, hello. Where we go on, we go all. Ooh, it's Red October. This time with, you know, it's just exciting. It's not it doesn't look good. It's not doesn't mean it's all going to be, you know, fairy fans and unicorns, what comes out to people, but, you know, it's a happening. Can you try and grow? Can you now accept things the way they are and shift your focus and attention until the other door opens for you? This to me is what I was sort of saying the other day, is there are things the world need to wake up at, and it's not nice, but then you have to accept it. This is also like your shadow work in yourself, of looking at yourself and accepting it and not being in denial. This is the same as the work that's going to be done on a massive worldwide dark night of the soul for people doing the shadow work, is what they're going to find out. They need to accept it, because then When we accept it, after that we can clean it out, build new things because other things are falling down, and we move forward. But people have got to accept it. Because if they don't accept it, they're just ignoring it. It can't be ignored. Radically accept life on life's terms. When you stop fighting against it and instead fight for what you truly desire, more of the world becomes available to you. That's the resistance thing of people resisting. We've got a 17 and 7 there. Whoa, my favourite numbers. Like, you're going to flow more. When you are no longer in denial about what is in front of you, you will be empowered to make necessary changes with respect to yourself, your attitude and your choices. As I'm always saying, it's all about choices. And respecting yourself. I was getting a lot of things in at work today. It's not all about being nicey all the time. I used to be nicey when I was younger, and believe me, I used to get all sorts being attracted to me, and especially people with problems, and I used to wonder why. But like I say, you are allowed to boundary set, because that's actually being nice to yourself. It's all about, I don't mean not being nice to people, but people take advantage. So there is a time in our life when we go, I'm not going to be nicey. If I mean no, I mean no. If I put a boundary up and you're crossing it and I say no, it means no. That's respecting yourself. Because the biggest thing you can diss is yourself. The irony of the real transformation that happens once you surrender to the idea that things are exactly as they're meant to be. And they are, and like I say, if you're having problems in your life and things like that, it's because you need to be looking at something that you're not changing. Or they're meant to be that way because there's lessons to be learned, which life is lessons anyway. It's all about experiencing the experience we have when we come here, because this is an experiencing realm. And then when you experience certain experiences, you can experience the experiences that take you forth and move you and make you happy and bring the joy in, instead of the experiences that bring you down, keep you stuck, make you unhappy, make you ill. You can start making choices because you've having experiences. So, even circumstances send you to a temporary detour. You will discover treasure beyond your imagination and a new way to embrace the world. Keep this prayer in mind. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Because there we go again, is, things that you can't change, but the courage to change the things you can. That's why I say through action and things like that, you can change certain things in your life, and a lot of that is to do with the way that you think. It's going to do another one. I've just got to go and put the potatoes on. Potatoes on, oven off, he was telling me, because he's cooking tea tonight. Let's see another one. Oi, oi. Yeah, good afternoon from Austin, Texas. Is Michelle, you're from Texas, aren't you? A willing release, there we go again. It is all about releasing. Release. There's a butterfly up there, because then, the transformation, you've got to release. People are going to have to release a lot of stuff they've been programmed with and taught off parents, because their parents were taught of all the programming that's gone on through mainstream media and all this sort of stuff. They're going to have to release it like that thing. So they're going to have to accept what we've been in, what has been going on, this war on consciousness. They think, a lot of the world think we won World War II. No, we've just stayed in it. We've still been in this war. So they're going to have to accept it. A lot of people are going to find it very, very hard to accept what they're going to be learning over the next, months. Because we don't like putting dates on, but months, I would say. And then it'll get easier in the end. But they're going to have to accept it. All you've got to think is, I've learned this and this. Yes, that's horrible. I'm still here. I'm okay. Right, I can accept that. Now, let's move forward. Let's heal. Let's, all that sort of stuff. Yes, Texas. A few hours from Austin. So, basically the messages again is just about releasing, because it's going to help a lot of people. Then we've got Earth Magic. And we've got the Storyteller. Number 17. Let's read that out. Let's see what this is. We've got Earth Magic, because we are connected to the earth. We are connected to this physical plane as well. So, number 1. Let's see what it says. Yeah, that's funny. We'll read that one after this one. Being grounded in nature. Well, that's hilarious, because Lois, Susan, we were talking about this before. Grounding, I also see grounding as, we know, you go outside, take shoes off, ground, you get the energies in, you can sit there, it helps you calm down, it gives you a lot of good energy as well. Also, grounding to me is, even when you're in the mundane world, like I have to go out to work, do that, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, friends at work, my work colleagues are nice and everything. It grounds you also to be in the mundane, because you're not too off with the fairies. They're both realms of physical and non-physical, seen and unseen, have to be balanced. So as much as sometimes we moan about, the mundane, it's like Harry Potter, the mundane and the magical, it's like they have to be balanced, and that grounds you as well. Otherwise you're just too up there, and you need to be grounded in both, either way. So being grounded in nature, the quiet, dark place where all things begin, where essence is first ignited before manifestation, knowing you are part of the earth and she is part of you. Earth Magic speaks to the intrinsic relationship that you and all living things have with the consciousness of earth. Also known as Gaia, imagine the oak tree. Well, there you go. Woo. Imagine the oak tree that begins journey as an acorn, gathering the life force energy it needs from the earth so it can sprout from the ground, because you are part of nature. You follow the same cycle of manifestation. That's why, that's why I've been talking about cycles, and this cycle we're in now, autumn, winter, is about releasing and letting go. We've just had the card saying about releasing and letting go. Can't go wrong if you're following nature. Manifestation, everything you are. Your evolution and the successful manifestation of your dreams begins below the surface of consciousness until an idea comes, conviction takes hold, and something meaningful can be planted, and then you go and do the action to do it. Be still for a moment, quiet your thoughts, and imagine anchoring your energy to the sacred quality of being part of the living earth. Do this mindfully to connect to the divine intelligence with the power to create the perfect form, the essence of the tiny spark of life. Indeed, this is miraculous. The message now is to trust the seeds you've planted. Think about those seeds we've planted of truth as well. In your field of dreams are all in good hands. But these about, your thoughts that you're putting out, your visualizations, so on and so forth. The earth is a conscious, divine source of love that is doing its part on your behalf. Slow down, take the beauty of your life now, and trust that you are intending is being nourished and growing, because you've got to believe that. And I've been talking about this time is for taking your life back. A lot of people are giving it away. There will be plenty of time later to tend your garden, so water it and weed it. Great magic is emerging underground, working its way for the first. That's like a metaphor for weeding. Keep your mindset strengthened, be clear, feed it good things, your mind garden, and it will grow beautiful things, and beautiful things will come into your life. This is what I'm saying, this is very important. Storyteller, we've all got a story to write. And again, it's how you write it. Number 17. Hi, Missy. Are you new to the channel? I don't know. Number 17. Number 17. You can't make this shit up, can you? I mean, it's everywhere. Right, 17. Identity, positive self definition. Teaching others how to treat you through the stories you tell about who you are. Do people know who they are? Know thyself, Do you know the story you tell others about who you are? You are a unique being with unique talents, which I've said a lot before, because you are. and a story unique to you and your experience. In fact, your destiny can be found in the way you weave together these threads of yourself in the world. That's why I'm always saying, be careful what you say, you speak, you do, the actions you take, because it's all on your storybook. You know, if there's anything in your life you want to change, there it goes again, then it's time to adjust the story you tell about yourself, because what you're telling about yourself, someone's doing something, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 we all do it, it's going to manifest, as what I was saying earlier. So rewrite your story. If you're going to act like this is happening, that's not good, then that's the story you're writing for yourself. That's the way your story's going to go until you change it, like it says in here. That's what I'm always saying. Perhaps you are too self-deprecating or something, or apologetic about how you shine. Minimizing your power to others will accept you. Perhaps the way you voice your expectation diminishes your ability to succeed, or you are too willing to tolerate a less than supportive environment, which is what I've been talking about again when I talk about money. People think they shouldn't have nice things, you shouldn't deserve. Do you think you don't deserve stuff? I'm talking to everybody out there, you don't deserve stuff. You're not worthy of having nice things. You're not worthy. Do you know what I mean? You are. But it's how you tell yourself, you know. It's easy to be in denial when it comes to others and their behaviour towards you. Understand, however, that you teach people how to treat you through how you talk about yourself. Once you recognise that story you're telling others about how to treat you, you can tell a different one. What if you could connect to your true power as a co-creator of your reality, because you are? The story of originates in your mind. How you think, your conditioning and past experiences, again, how you view the world and what you expect to see in it. The truth is, you have everything you need to tell a new tale and weave more blessings into the world as your unique contribution. In fact, practice speaking of your amazing success, your overflowing abundance, and all the love that surrounds you. Soon, the outer world will tell the same story back. It's what you get, what you put out, and what you think of yourself as well, and what you're telling yourself. You know, the universe is listening. So we've got them. I'm going to do some sacred rebels, because we are rebels. Rebels against the system. Ooh, the crumbling one. So we've got the sacred rebels. Sacred rebels. Got a lot to release. Yeah, we've got shitloads, you know what I mean? That's why it's been given time to do this, because there's a lot to release, you know, trapped traumas, this, that, and the other. Everybody's got it, you know. Don't hang on to everything. Don't attach yourself to anything. Just know, like I said, you can have things, but just know if they weren't there, or you know, it's just no attachment. It's okay. It's okay. Let's make sure these are all the right way. These are the right way. Great message from the cards. Yeah. I'm always talking about what. Oh, there's another one. What's this one? Listening for truth. Listen to yourself. You can feel it anyway. Hi, Patricia. Listening for truth, 36. Listening for truth. There's a lot of truth bombs coming out. Truth speaks to us consistently, but not always in words. It may communicate through a feeling that is hard to put into words. Because you know, you can feel things in your gut. I get like a vibratory thing. and it expelled in sense and peace, trust, and the knowledge that somehow everything is going to work out perfectly, even if there's little evidence of how it's going to happen. Because it's like I said, all this stuff that's going on in the world right now, we're all going, it's shit what people are going to find out, but it's really good at the same time, because it's just this knowing that everything's going to work out, because you can feel it. It's just it's a feeling here. You are being asked to listen for the truths beneath the words rather than the superficial messages of the words themselves. This is especially true for the communications of those around you, the press, the newspapers, exactly, because, yeah, we know what they are. And it's a bit like the woman in Italy they've just got in. They're all going against her, the news and the press, what they would be doing. Normally, whatever they're putting out is normally the complete opposite, upside down world. Newspapers and the mass media, you will begin to hear fear in the words and actions of those around you. Yes, you will. I keep saying this. They're fearing all the time because they're listening to the mainstream and the newspapers, and that's what that machine is. It's a fear machine to get people in fear, as we know. Around you, as even they preach love, listen deeper, listen for the truth. The oracle comes with a message of truth for you. You are hearing something that is not being said, and what you are hearing is truthful. You may feel as though you are the only one that is really ready to hear or see it. Perhaps you have been working in a situation or loving in a relationship where truth is consistently denied. We live in a world where truth is frequently avoided. Oh, yes, it is. No shit, Sherlock. Out of fear of what it might reveal. This is what's happening in the world with people who don't, I don't want to know, or as long as it's not happening to me, or blah, blah, blah. That's what's going on, the denial, because, then it's got to be faced. What it might reveal. At the basis of such actions, consistently or not, it is deep sense of unhealed, toxic shame. If you or someone else is fearful that the truth will expose rather than free and heal, then some personal healing is required. Exactly, because I've always said, this will be revealed, all this stuff, that's been going on for a very, very long time, because then it will help heal. The people who go, no, why do we want to know that? It's going to put a load of people in. They're going to, yeah, it is, but it's going to help people heal in the end. So I'm not in fear, because I do believe it will help heal. It helped me heal. I'm still healing. I found out some really horrible stuff, but I'm still healing. Hi, Crispy. So, there's a method to the madness, as it seems. It is time for letting go again of old wounds in favour of a greater sense of self-love and acceptance. Is that not what I'm always going on about? Cards are right again. All these cards are about letting go and releasing and healing. You are being asked to love yourself through to honour the truth, even if you feel you are the only one doing it. Sacred rebels need truth like lungs need oxygen. Yes, we do. Truth keeps the energy of life flowing. Of course it does. Because you're not really flowing in life if you're being told a load of lies, from higher ups and the media and all that, and it's keeping you in fear and it's keeping you from doing what you want. That isn't living, as we all know. That's what they've been doing. Lies dampen the spirit of the sacred rebel, even if those with less. It's up to you, you nutter. Truth can be witnessed even though many want to hide from it. That's a fact. What others do is always their choice, but through your honourable deeds done with integrity, you will be set free, no matter what the outcome. You are a truth seeker. Never deny or try to quieten this down to make others comfortable. And I've never done that. Had a meeting in my dreams with Mr. T. You're dreaming about him? I loved the dream I had with him in Milan. It was great. Parked in the back and oh yeah, I'll have to read that in a minute. People to do it. You don't necessarily have to say a word through. Sometimes you will. Often you will ignite in most loving sense by unveiling truth simply through your knowings. Hold compassion for the truths you behold. Do not use them as knives to cut another or yourself with harshness, but as the clear insight that allows one to loosen the knots that bind, simply by knowing which thread to gently tug. This oracle brings you guidance. If you have been worn down and depressed by the lies, because a lot of people, you get this at the beginning anyway, gossip, deceit or backstabbing go on around you, don't fret. Get out in nature and spend some time communing with the infinite. Healing will come to you, no matter how many times, in how many ways, or by how many tongues untruth is spoken. You know what you know in your sacred rebellious heart. That truth is your connection to the living truth of life itself. Don't give up, just open up to healing and know that the truth always eventually prevails. Yes, it does. Boom, boom, boom. That's a beautiful, beautiful message. Very true, very with the times, very what's been going on, is going on. So that's really nice from the Rebel cards. I love my cards. Connected to my cards, connected to source, divination, divine divination. Let's see a bit of world energy going on with my Light Seers Tarot. But like I said, they've just been quite the same message, because that is what we're all doing. And the ones just fell out. Oh no. Give me a good shake up. Is the card we got before? Oh my god, that was... No, it wasn't. Oh my god. It was the card. I thought I was using my little deck, because I've got exactly the same deck, and the first card came out was... It just fell out on the floor then, and I was thinking it was that deck, was the Eight of Cups, which is the one about walking away and walking towards the sunshine, your joy and everything. So it was coming out again. Surprise, surprise. Just give him a bit of a shake. Yeah, all going on. So what you got to push, you got to look out for people pushing fear. These cards need a really good... Hang on. I'm just like, all cards coming out the same. It's just like, let's just have a... Telling the cards off. I'm like, no, just let me do a big shuffle. Make sure they're all mixed up. Right, now. Again, we got this the other day, you know. Ignite your passions. What are your passions? Beat the drum to your own tune. Enjoy. What are your passions? Remember your passions. I'm always going on about your passions and things that you love to do. Life's not that without that, is it? Love, yeah. Love, exactly. Me and my fella had a little... I'll just let you in on something. Me and my fella had a little... It wasn't a tiff. It was just about something really stupid about an AirPod thing that I'd lost. I'm really bad at losing AirPod things, whatever the thing is. I've lost loads, but I didn't realise these were quite dear, and I was like, sorry, it's in the house somewhere, don't know where it is. So he's a bit annoyed because he likes to keep things when he's got them nice, and I've lost it. And I was like, I felt its energy a bit off, you know, like, oh, he's upset, I feel really... I have to replace them. He's like, they were dear, I don't think you're going to be able to replace them. I was like, oh. And then, in the end, all I can say, love. You know, you don't want to wake up in the morning just on a stupid little tiff. So all I can say is, making up is the best. Making up is the best. And then we started laughing about something, but yeah, making up is the best. So we've got 18, the moon. Intuition now is very, very strong. You know, you can sort of, what's the word, differentiate between, just because I've got the, you know, you could say yin and yang, dark and light there, but a lot of people are seeing the dark. They're seeing the ones that have been doing this stuff, you know, the high ups and everything. People scratching their heads, like I keep saying. People probably thinking about travelling again. Are you thinking about travelling or meeting friends or meeting up or going somewhere or starting to go out on trips again? I know people are doing that after lockdown and that, but not being afraid to get out there. You know, this is what I'm saying. Being, because part of your passions and things could be about getting back out there or travelling and doing things in other places. A lot of people doing, you know, special events and stuff like that. But because what came in today when I was at work is when I was saying about people at work is we are social beings. I just said that earlier on. We do love to be around people and communicate, and it is lovely being around people because it uplifts you. You can uplift yourself, but it's brilliant when you're with a great group of people, you know, or going meeting people. Like I said, maybe we could have a meet up next year, but being in that sort of energy. She looks like she's longing to get back out there. Because if you think of that, you know, one's passion, longing to be back out there again. We were cooped up for a long time. I mean, I wasn't personally, but a lot of people were cooped up for a long time, you know. Cooped up for a long time. But she's sat in a big, massive window in a glorious sunshine, you know, maybe thinking about the passions that she wants to go and do, some travels, holidays, trips away, whatever. So, yeah, she's looking ahead. Thank you, Patricia. Patriciate you. I was going to say, because I wrote Patricia. Patriciate you. That's your new name. I meant you said appreciate you, Janine. Thank you. I was like, patriciate you. It's Patricia's new name, so patriciate you, meaning appreciate. Fucking hell. Oh yeah, talking about losing things, that was the point as well. Is anybody like losing a lot of stuff, things disappearing, and then like, where was it? I feel like Biden at the minute, like, I think I'm going senile. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, what? Where? Like, where's that gone again? And I've lost things that are big as well. I'm like, well, I don't understand that. It'll turn up when it turns up, but it's like reality's in and out or something. I'm like, what's going on? Again, we got this the other day. Nurturing. This is a time of nurturing because it's autumn. Going with the cycles. Autumn and winter, nurture. Are you nurturing yourself? Are you being loving to yourself? This is why I thought I'd come on early, because I thought, I know later on I'm just going to be monging, doing my little foxy fairy autumn art thing going on there. I want to do that. Why there's a movie probably in the background just for some background noise. We have got death and rebirth, because there is a death of the old ways. There's going to be beautiful rebirthing of this earth, meaning, you know, there's going to be new ways of thinking, new ideas. The shit's going to be cleaned out. You know, this is the work that's going to be done. To have a rebirth, we've got to get rid of all that, because we are coming to the end of this cycle nearly, which is brilliant. And we've got the next cycle next year. And then the world. Yay! The world. You know, like I say, when you're acting that way and you're putting out that energy, it's bringing in, you are the world. It's a lovely energy for maybe the last card. She's got a lovely rainbow dress on there. That's 21. It's completion, it's joy, it's wholeness, it's achievement, it's wholeness, you know, the world. And she's in there in a little, you know, sphere. Wholeness, you know, holistic, the whole. Happy endings, abundance, success, new levels of consciousness, literally traveling the world. Because it is a wholeness. One, like I said, even with the truth, once we know the truth, it will bring us back to wholeness, because it will bring us back to the things that we want. And I don't mean fix, because that's just going to have to be, you know, that's what it was, but this is what it is now. We're going to bring it back into whole, how it used to be before they started destroying it, dismantling it, putting people against people and all that stuff that they do to, you know, to do that. It was funny because I was just watching on Netflix something called, what was it now? Something called, no, I don't even know where it is. Where the frick did that go?
But in modern times, play.
What did I just watch? Something in Canada on, oh, there it is. The $10 death trip, which is about drugs in America. Obviously it happens all over, but it was about, I think it was about Canada. But I was saying to my fella, they do that to those people. They bring them in to keep them like that, to bring the place down. And to me, they don't help them, because they say they have these stations to give them clean this and clean that. A bit like what Biden was saying, because you know what his son is. Just putting that out there. And it was like, that's not really helping them. It's aiding it in a way. And it's so sad. But yeah, I was just watching that because it wasn't actually that long. But, you know, coming back to wholeness in all ways for healing and all. You know, even that stuff was brought up with Q. But yeah, it's I just said I just couldn't be them people that think they're helping and they're not actually helping, because they're watching them do it. In a sense of the thing that's behind it, not what they think's there. To me, is just helping that situation. But yeah, I'm just going to see if I can get one more. been scrolling around on there thinking, oh, there's some new things on there, but they're not out yet. Something called 1988, I think it is, something like that, about reality. And that thing I put up the other day, yesterday, about General Flynn and the guy from the Titanic, and we all know what happened with the Titanic, don't we? Don't think it's what they said. But yeah, see one more card. You could say thoughts, swords, thoughts is there. You could say, you know, moving, taking the action away from maybe bad thoughts, because like I said, not all your thoughts are your own. You've got to learn to differentiate between, you know, other people's thoughts and what you actually feel about yourself. And then we've got this one, Five of Pentacles, of a girl who sat there, you know, it's that sort of energies. You get a lot of people who sit in your own, like I was saying before, trauma and all that sort of stuff, when the key to the door is there. But because they're so caught up in that energy of, I don't know how to say it, woe is me, they don't see things that are around them, or take a breather to look if there's something that could help them move to, you could say, a different reality. And because this is Pentacles, it could be financial, it could be money or anything, that there are always solutions, you know, if you look. And the key is right there to the door to move from a situation. We can all move from a situation. There's always, you know, in metaphor, doors around us all the time. It's just if we choose to go and unlock something else, instead of being scared and thinking, oh my God, what's behind that door? Well, I don't know. You're never going to know if you don't look. What harm is it going to do? You're either going to sit there or choose to look. If you don't like it, maybe you can walk, you know, you can walk back through the door and stay where you are. But how are you going to know if you don't go and unlock the door? That's most likely been there all the time, you know, waiting for it to be seen. A door of opportunity, that we all have, doors of opportunities. So I'm going to go, because I just wanted to do a quick reading, but I'll tell you what I will just pull out before I go. I've just got to sort these spuds out. Is self-care cards, because like I said, this is a time for self-care. Boundary setting, listening to yourself, not others, doing what's needed for you, not caring about what others think or say, because you know yourself. That's what I say about know thyself. You know what's good for you. Like I said before, there's a lot of people that sit out there in glass houses throwing stones, thinking they know people, not just me, all over, and they don't. Because how can anyone know anyone else apart from the person? You know, I know myself because I'm me. I don't know specifically what other people are thinking in their heads, because I'm not them. And you know what helps you, you know? That's why I find it crazy. Crazy, crazy. Ooh. Only you know what's good for you. Right, card's gone under the setting again. Oh. Oh. No, it hasn't. I think it was just one. I thought it was two. Not really sat in sort of practical thing. Use your hands. I use my hands all the time. Use your hands. You could be doing pottery. It's funny that, Lois, we were talking about that today. Pottery. You could be talking about. You could be writing. You could be drawing, painting, cooking, dancing, anything that you can focus on that takes your mind off other things. And you never know, you might find something that takes your interest and roll with it for something good. We've got connect with crystals. We love our crystals. Well, some of us love our crystals. Crystal power. They hold information. They hold healing. You might just get a lot out of just looking at the colours and the different stones. You could have a bath with crystals, wear crystals, meditate with crystals, make jewellery with crystals. That's what I do. I've got my moonstone moth earrings in today. And I think we'll just go for one more before I go. Oh, 2 even. Oh God, they're all falling down. Right, we've got plan a vacation. I was sort of saying that before. Maybe you're thinking of going somewhere abroad or in your own country. Somewhere it might be different this time. You might be thinking about something completely different to where you normally go. It might be a retreat, you know, a healing retreat. It could be anything. Are you planning a holiday? Or if not, plan one and you've got something to look forward to. We all have to have things to look forward to. And the next one is read. Yes, I've got bits of reading to do. Read, it's cosy we had this a few days ago as well in autumn, winter. It's a lovely thing to do, to read and get, you know, stuck in a book. Takes you away from, you know, too much information on here, electrical devices and all that sort of stuff. More of a natural way. Read a good book. Get that book out that you've been meaning to read. And I will see you soon. So, like I said, it's all about releasing and letting go. So you can flow more. The cards have said it. I keep saying it. They keep saying it because that's what it's all about. Especially in these times, like I said, we've got to see the truth to be able to clean it all up. People who don't want to see it, people in denial because they don't want the world brought down, which is sort of what's going to happen, which some people will say is not healing, but it is. Why would you want to live in a world of lies? When you do realise and find out and go through it in the end, you are actually happy that you know the truth, even though some of it's not quite nice, because who wants to live in a lie anyway? So I will see you soon. Thanks for coming in. Anyone new, thanks for coming in. Thanks for Lois, Patricia, or whatever I said before. Missy, was it Crispy? Michelle, Carla, Where We Go One We Go, Bazza, Stephanie, and anyone else who may be listening in the background, or people who don't comment, lurkers, don't know. And anyone who may comment after, and I'll see you soon. Bye.